Right then, welcome back to the channel. We got two managers, one formation, and one very important game for Manchester United this week, and probably two completely contrasting worldviews for these managers. Ruben Amorim and Oliver Glasner both favour the 3-4-3 system. Currently, actually, it must be said, because Glasner's someone that's a little bit more adaptable. Both use wing-backs, both want to press, but while Amorim is building an empire using this single sort of blueprint, Glasner is playing more like 4D chess with whatever pieces he gets handed, which is why some people would consider him having more success, and certain tangible success in England, with his interpretation of this system. This weekend, you're going to see philosophy versus pragmatism, identity versus adaptability. It's going to be a United side trying to erase all sorts of drama. Oh, we're bad with the ball. We were bad on transitions. Against a Crystal Palace that live for chaos but control it in a way that is quite admirable, actually. So this is Amorim versus Glasner, tactical warfare. Let's have a look. So Ruben Amorim has started to, but tends not to adapt to his opponents. He tries to force his opponents to adapt to him. From day one, it's been a 3-4-3, 3-4-2-1. Whether United are dominating Brentford or getting swarmed by City, he tries to stick with it. The thing that adapts within the system is the wing-backs. They start deep or they push up high. And it's the position of the wing-backs which dictates everything that goes on in the game, generally. Build-up will start with a narrow three. Wing-backs will try and pin the width. Fernandez drops in between the spaces, and transitions are an attempt at being vertical, fast and surgical. If you watch the Everton game, you think I'm off my nut, but that's what they're supposed to be. There can be a trade-off. The structure needs specific players in big games against high presses. That rigidity has made us look quite brittle. We rank third in the Premier League for expected goal against, not because we're bad at defending, but because our rest defence does not absorb quick turnovers. Glasner, he's building a bit of a fortress, not a sculpture. Someone that's really got to grips with how to play in England very quickly, and his Palace side morphs on the fly. 3-2-5 in possession, which is very common. 5-4-1 when defending. 5-2-3 when they're pressing. At Frankfurt, he used similar ideas, but he's tailored that to the Premier League in a really effective way. He doesn't just change game to game, but he can actually change minute to minute. And the result, he's on a club record 19-game unbeaten run. Here we are. It is the end of 2025 coming into view. Time is moving fast, but it's not too late to make this your year. There is still time to make real change for yourself, or even for someone that you care about. Maybe there's one habit that you've been meaning to quit, and I think you know the one. That's where Fume can come in. It isn't a vape, and it isn't another gimmick. It is a clean, natural tool built to help you take back control. No nicotine, no vapor, no batteries. It's just flavoured air that feels good, keeps your hands busy and your focus sharp. And there's loads of flavours. You've got cinnamon hearts, black licorice, spearmint. Fume makes quitting feel rewarding. A small win every single time you reach for it. There's over 700,000 people that have already made the switch and started their journey towards real progress. So if you want to finish 2025 stronger than how you started it, or give someone else the gift of a fresh start, now is your moment. Use the code Stephen Howson, that's STEPHENHOWSON, Stephen Howson at tryfume.com to get a free Fume topper with the journey pack. That's TRYFUM.com, or just scan the QR code that is on the screen. Big thanks again to Fume for sponsoring today's video and supporting real change, one healthy habit at a time. Don't wait for January. End the year on a win with Fume. The wing-backs then. This match will be decided by implementation of wing-backs, and with how United's wing-backs are playing at the moment, it don't look good for us. They are the width, they are the outlet, they are the trigger in transition. For United, if it's Dorgu and Mazraoui, if it's it probably will be Dorgu on the left. If it's Delo and Ahmad, it's going to be hard work, because this is where possession breaks down, attacks break down, and the flanks become the danger zone. Against Everton, one turnover left the entire right-hand side exposed. Glasner's going to know that. Palace's biggest strength this season is, what we call the wing-back trap. We looked at this when we looked at Glasner versus Amorim a while ago, and why they were being so much more successful with the shape that they had. And we spoke about the wing-backs and how involved the wing-backs are, and how many duels that they managed to rack up. But our focus was really the midfield pivot. This game this weekend will all be about the wing-backs, so keep an eye on that. Now, Munoz, Mitchell, they will be instructed to stay high and wide. They will isolate the fullbacks. They will try and create 3v2s. They will try and invert. So they'll have inverted wingers. Sorry, they won't invert. And then they'll have midfielders that will overlap them. When the ball goes wide, they look for low crosses and cutbacks or channel runs from the likes of Sarr and Mateta. Now, against Everton, the video that I did with Joe, a lot of people were confused when I said I wanted to push Luke Shaw higher up and have him deliver crosses with his left foot. And then he was saying, 30 seconds ago you said you didn't want to cross it while Tarkowski was there. There's more than one way to cross a ball. I was talking about what I've just mentioned there. Low crosses, cutbacks. Probably our best chance, the one that Fernandes tried to hit with the outside of his foot, came from exactly that, a cutback. And we didn't do that. I wanted to see United get to the byline and hit cutbacks. You don't hit cutbacks when you're using inverted wingers because they're going to stay high and deep, and they're going to cross from wide and they're going to cross towards the back stick. That is exactly the sort of thing you can't do. Now, if you get someone that's going to go to the byline and then look to check it back to the penalty spot, that's exactly what you needed to do. That's the only way United should have been attacking against Everton in a low block. Get behind it. John Barnes taught you this in 1990. Only one way to beat them, get round the back. And we didn't do that. The channel runs that you're going to see from Sarr and Mateta can be devastating. And if United wing-backs don't recover fast enough, that will be where we get hurt. The next thing is the sort of dual number 9s. Mateta is a little bit of a throwback centre-forward and one that I would have loved at United, actually. But Glasner's turned him into a bit of a real destroyer, actually. He is Palace's focal point in transition. He receives long diags, he pins the centre-halves, and he makes devastating runs into the space when a defender steps out. He's got 12 goals, ranks in the Premier League's top 5 for shots per 90 in open play. But it's not just goals, it's how fast he turns them into chances. Palace take a shot within 10 seconds of winning the ball back, which is more than any other side outside the top 4. So the likes of De Ligt and Yoro, both physical defenders, both can be prone to stepping up too aggressively, are going to have to watch it. Amorim's system demands quite high positioning from that back three to try and maintain control. But that means that any mistimed press, any under-hit pass, Mateta's going to be in. And that duel will decide the match. Now, United have got a plan A and nothing else. Amorim's tactical philosophy has a name, and it's Plan A. And that's it. So the idea is the system's good enough, the players buy in, doesn't need adjustment. So far, it is a work in progress is the kindest thing I could say to it. In possession, we're still one of the most creative teams in the league. We have very high XG, very high chance volume. Fernandes, Mbuemo, Ahmad, they create chances. They're not short of output, but there's still no plan B whatsoever when that pattern stalls. Against Palace, United are going to look to pin their wing-backs backwards, try and isolate people in the centre, and then I would hope try and work cutbacks from the edges. But Glasgow knows how to shut that down. That sort of compact mid-block is going to compress play between the lines, and Palace are very, very good at winning second balls. That's something that we're going to have to be better than them at. Glasner has transformed Palace from being a reactive mid-table outfit into one of the most tactically sharp teams in the league. And he doesn't dominate possession to do it. They don't really want the ball, but they will dominate the space. And they will make you play sideways, and they will make you commit your wing-backs. And this is the thing that I find very interesting about them. Because they're going to let you have the ball, and because they're going to have such a deep block that's hard to break down and so compact centrally, you will push your wing-backs higher to give yourself the width to be able to play it around. And when you do that, and they break, you're fucked. And I think he's done it as well with a squad that on paper is fucking mid-table at best. Sarr, Munoz, they're not really a lot to write home about. I think Mateta's fantastic. I think Matt Gay's fantastic. There's a lot to like about Wharton, and they've become sort of elite tactical assets. They know their job. Each one hits their trigger, and it's the cohesion and the way the team has played which has kept Palace in the mix. If you're United, there are warning signs everywhere. Mateta off Euro could be a problem. Munoz versus Shaw, nightmare. They've got great set plays. They're going to hit low corners to the near post, and then it'll be flicked towards a far post. That's caused problems for a lot of teams so far this season. And it'll absolutely cause problems for United because I don't think we've been great at those. So while on paper, Amorim versus Glasner is going to be built about the 3-4-3. It's not. It's more about the philosophy within that. Amorim wants structure, he wants a system, and he wants a style that doesn't bend. Glasner wants advantages, and he doesn't care how it looks and how it comes. He wants to just win games. We're going to see a United side trying to prove the system can survive high stakes against a Palace side that's designed to rip those systems apart. It will not be a boring game. I think it will be chaos, and I don't know if that suits United. Let me know how you think this one's going to go in the comments below, and I'll be back tomorrow where I'm going to look specifically at the players that I think are going to hurt us and how. See you in a bit. Hey, thank you for watching the video. If you are new around these parts, then don't forget to subscribe. My channel is proudly supported by my community on Patreon. If you'd like to get a little bit of extra content, a Discord group, meetups, five-a-side games, weekly podcasts, behind the scenes, and even an occasional bit of transfer news as and when I get it, then for the price of a pint, you can show your appreciation for the content that we make and get some goodies for doing so as well. Check the link in the description or click the button right here. You'll also find all of my socials here too if you want to follow me on any of those platforms. Nice one.